Chelsea 2, PSG 5. 5. Welcome, Blue Believers, to another episode of the Stamford Sync, where we are syncing up with everything Chelsea FC. And today, that means talking about what feels like 2 games. A 90-minute-ish game, like an 80-plus minute game, where we were kind of in it and things were looking, it's always difficult to be down, but it felt like we could go back in the return leg next week and get something out of it. And then the random 8-minute game where Pedro Neto channels his inner Eden Hazard to bully a ball boy, and we concede 2 late goals to an absolutely unbelievable Kvaratskhelia. Oh, mate. This is a tough one to swallow, man. This is a really tough one to swallow. I've literally hit record just as the game is finished. Now I'm going to do an impassioned, emotional view on the game. And it's just not good enough. That's ridiculous. Oh, mate, it's so bad. Like, this is just really not good enough. How can we be in the game for so long and then just completely throw it away? Like, I was going to talk about, like, when it was 3-2 and we still maybe had a chance, I was going to talk about, like, we played well and the passing was good and there was intensity and passion and drive and there were intangible things as well as, like, us playing reasonably well that led me to believe that we could go into the next tie with a chance. But that's it now, isn't it? Champions League, gone. If anything, at this point, do you even put out a full-strength team in the reverse fixture next week? 5. So, look, it tells, the overall game, what this says, I don't think Liam Rosenior did a terrible job. The players dropped right at the end. His substitutions, we'll get into those in a minute, I think maybe were a little bit suspect. But what we're seeing here is the difference between elite attacking quality, and we do not have enough of that on the pitch, for sure. Do you know what I mean? They expertly nullified our 2 main attacking threats throughout the entirety of the game in Cole Palmer and João Pedro. João Pedro was unlucky, I guess, because he scored what would have been a good goal had Enzo Fernandez not have been a mile offside. Cole Palmer had one really good opportunity, but unfortunately the counter-attack from that very opportunity is, we conceded our second goal via that. Philip Jorgensen throws away, just gifts them that third goal, which, was really where the tie turned around, and that's when things started to get really difficult. But, mate, I'm really disappointed, man. I'm really, really disappointed. It was such a good game of football to watch up until the last 10 minutes as well. Like, literally, it was such a good game of football to watch. I didn't even mind, like, 3-2. When we were at 3-2, I was like, yeah, cool. Like, we can take it back to Stamford Bridge. We're still in it. We've seen crazier things happen. But, mate, 3-goal deficit. 3-goal deficit. We ain't winning 4-0. And if we win 4-1, it goes to penalties. Or if we win 3, mate. Oh, I'm so frustrated, man. That was like literally an absolute joke. So look, the lineup, we'll start with the lineup. I actually called it because it was basically apart from Yoru Hato and Marco Correa, it was the exact same lineup that we put out against Aston Villa, and obviously we battered Aston Villa in that game. So there seemed to be something in there. Philip Jorgensen in goal. Philip Jorgensen, what's wrong with the Chelsea goalkeeper situation, man? Why are we so bad at buying goalkeepers? Oh, mate, so Robert Sanchez, I don't even think it was the wrong decision. This is where it's really, really difficult, right? Robert Sanchez has been awful recently, and Liam Rosenior wants his team to play out from the back. So in one part of this conversation, you can blame Liam Rosenior for not playing to Robert Sanchez's strengths. But on the other side of it, Robert Sanchez is a 28-year-old goalkeeper who suffers from massive footballing anxiety. Do you know what I mean? And that is not good enough for where we want to be. So based on what we've seen recently, especially Robert Sanchez, like anyone that's like, we should have played Rob Sanchez and that would have changed the tie. Like, he was awful at Wrexham, man. Do you know what I mean? He was awful at Wrexham. So it's not as clean cut as that. The problem is there isn't a right answer. Do you know what I mean? What seemed like the right answer is to put Philip Jorgensen in goal. Good performance against Aston Villa. Reasonably good with the ball at his feet. Like, in some moments today, there were some things where you can see, yeah, okay, that's, like he'll just take the ball really calmly and like a little dummy or something, and you'll be like, yeah, okay, that's kind of what playing with the ball at your feet looks like when it looks good. But Philip Jorgensen, this is his 10th game of the season for us, do you know what I mean? And, we're already like 40 odd, 50, getting near to 50 games in for the season or whatever. And he hasn't played enough, and he is still not obviously good enough because he gifted them their third goal. So look, Philip Jorgensen, I wasn't, I got it, but I'm not really happy to see any of our goalkeepers in the sticks at the moment, so I don't know what else do you do. Do you throw Gagas Lenina in there? No, unfortunately, we're not going to be able to rectify the goalkeeper situation until the summer, so that is just going to be what it will be. Right back, Malo Gusto. And to give him his flowers, yeah, brilliant. Scored the opening goal for us, and I think, to be honest, that was definitely more to do with PSG making a mistake there, because Nuno Mendes just was caught completely off guard. They were obviously putting so much attention and focus on João Pedro and Cole Palmer and Enzo Fernandez and our threats. Do you know what I mean? Malo Gusto just had all of the space, and he kept calm. He shot and he scored. So fair play to Malo Gusto. Can't really blame him too much for what went on. Centre back pairing of Trevor Chalobah and Wesley Fofana mostly played good, but at the end of the day, we conceded 3 goals in the space of 7 minutes. I nearly swore, but I didn't, because this is a family-friendly channel. Michael Carrera at left-back, he was actually really good throughout the game in general. I thought he looked great. Midfield of Moises Caicedo, Reece James and Enzo Fernandez. Yeah, okay, cool. Cole Palmer on the right, yeah. Pedro Neto on the left, again. Difficult one for Pedro Neto, because he obviously made that amazing run and got the ball into Enzo Fernandez for our second goal, to come back for the second time from behind. But ultimately, that last, losing his head in that last moment, and with the stuff that went on with the ball boy, I was a bit perplexed by it all, actually. The ball boy looked like he went to throw the ball away, and Pedro Neto got frustrated. I'm not sure. At the end of the day, VAR looked at it and didn't penalise him, although they did check it for violent conduct and give him a red card or whatever. But it was just that moment again, wasn't it? It was like Eden Hazard and that ball boy all over again. The Swansea ball boy, I think it was. So look, Pedro Neto, yes, performed reasonably well, made some really, really good runs, good defensive work, but this is the second time in recent memory we've seen serious petulance from Pedro Neto, and I do not like that. João Pedro played well. Do you know what I mean? João Pedro played well, was unlucky that he scored what would have been a great goal, like I said, had it not been for Enzo Fernandez being offside. But part of their game plan was obviously nullify João Pedro, and they did that really well. PSG were great, man. PSG were really, really good today. It felt like a really even match for the most of it. But like I say, the difference is they can bring on Kvaratskhelia, and we can bring on Romeo Lavia, Liam Delap, and Alejandro Garnacho. And the difference in levels there in terms of attacking talent is wild. Because PSG's front three, whether it be Desiré Doué, Bradley Barcola, or Kvaratskhelia, flanking Ousmane Dembele down the middle, just quality. Maybe they've got some slightly different, attributes and stuff, but you're looking at any of those players, we would have every single one of those players on our left wing, essentially. All of the wingers for PSG would be starting for us. We're putting essentially an out-of-position Pedro Neto there because he is really a right winger. And then our backups are Garnacho and, when he's fit, Jamie Gittins. The quality is just not the same. We're not playing the same game when it comes to that sort of thing, are we? I did a preview with a good friend of mine, Quentin from Red and Blue. He is a PSG fan who has a YouTube channel where he talks about PSG in English. He was concerned about the midfield, and that was kind of his biggest thing. I told him I was concerned about our defence, but none of it really mattered, because all those last goals were us just losing our heads and moments of pure quality from their attacking line. All of their goals, to be honest, the Bradley Barcola goal was just a great goal. The second goal, Ousmane Dembele, they expertly took advantage of an opportunity where we had a lot of people up. Ousmane Dembele, absolutely phenomenal player, literal Ballon d'Or winner, and he, basically spearheaded that counter-attack in order to get their second goal. Vitinha took advantage of a very, very, very poor moment from Philip Jorgensen, and Kvaratskhelia just comes in and scores 2. That last one was a worldie as well, man. That last one was so good. He's just bang! The fourth one. Sorry, the fourth one. The fourth one, literally, the perfect left wing goal. Cuts in, must have been 15 yards out, man. It wasn't close. Do you know what I mean? It wasn't close, but just bang, absolutely ripped it in. We've barely seen anything like that all season from us, man, especially from our left wing. So, like I say, flowers to Malo Gusto, flowers to Enzo Fernandez. Enzo Fernandez's goal was good, and he was pretty good throughout the game as well. But that's that's kind of it, really. Like I say, Pedro Neto performed well and made some really good runs. Do you know what I mean? But, for me, that's really tempered by the fact that that petulance that we saw at the end of the game is very unbecoming of a Champions League winger, and we need to be better than that. Pedro Neto is not one of the 19-year-olds we've got in the squad. He's 24, 25, 26. He's one of our more experienced heads, and it's just absolutely unacceptable, man. It's absolutely unacceptable. Unfortunately, although the majority of the game was good, it's shameful. Do you know what I mean? Because the result is the only thing that matters. It's really easy to be like, oh yeah, well, the game was good. Do you know what I mean? We played really well. And yes, there's lots of positive moments to look at in that game if it had have ended 3-2 to them. Do you know what I mean? We could be like, look, we can take it home and we can do well. But to completely capitulate, and that is what happened. Bear no bones about it. That is exactly what happened. We completely capitulated right at that last moment. And those last 2 goals were ridiculous, man. Those last 2 goals were absolutely ridiculous. And to be fair, the last 3 goals were ridiculous because, like I said, Philip Jorgensen handed that one to them on a plate. Awful, absolutely awful. In terms of the substitutions, Romeo Lavia and Liam Delap came on for Cole Palmer and João Pedro. Now, it's a difficult one, isn't it? It's a difficult one because I kind of see it. If you think... Like I said, I kind of opened this video with they nullified both of those players, right? So, maybe you get more good passing from your midfield and you open up, more passing lanes, and you get that with Romeo Lavia to give other people opportunities, and Liam Delap maybe occupies the defence to allow people like Enzo Fernandez and Pedro Neto maybe to get more opportunities. Like I can see some sort of logic in there. Do you know what I mean? It wasn't just completely crazy. Bearing in mind, they could, like I say, yes, our 2 best attacking players got taken off at the same time, but also at the same time, they barely were able to get into the game. Do you know what I mean? They were barely able to get into the game. So, and the Garnacho one is just like, yeah, okay, you take Gusto off, you put Garnacho on for a last minute hope that we can get a last minute goal. Unfortunately, that did not happen. 5 goals. 5 goals. Oh, mate, help me. I need your help, please. Do you know what you can do to help me? If you've gotten this far into the video, please smash like, subscribe, share the video with anyone who wants to see a Chelsea fan cry. I'm not going to cry, but, I'm internally weeping. Give me something, man. Give me something, because this game gave me nothing. This game gave me absolutely nothing. So if you guys could do me an absolutely massive favour and click some of the algorithmical buttons so we can get my emotional reaction out to more people so they can all laugh at me, because I chose this season to become a Chelsea content creator, and this has been a very difficult season. At least with the Graham Potter season, it was just bad. Do you know what I mean? It's like I had no hope. Like I gave up hope on Graham Potter, and I keep this team keeps giving me reasons to pull me back in. Like the Aston Villa result, absolutely unbelievable. Do you know what I mean? The fact that we've got Port Vale in the FA Cup, that's a great draw. We could easily get through to the next round there. And then stuff like this happens, man, and it's just not good enough. It's just not good enough. I don't even know what the problem is anymore. Like, there's just so many. All season, Chelsea, I've been talking with loads of Chelsea content creators for the entire season, and when things have been bad, we're always trying to point our finger at the problem, right? It's the owners, it's the players, it's the manager, it's just all of it, isn't it? It's just all of it. I actually feel a bit bad for Liam Rosenior, right? Like, he was always going to take the job, but he obviously doesn't have the tools available to him at the moment in order to do a job, because we were in this game. We were in it. We were set up well. We were playing well. We went behind twice, but we managed to come back, and that was, it was decent. Do you know what I mean? But then the stuff like Pedro Neto and the ball boy, like, how do you account for that? Do you know what I mean? It's like, what? We now have to drop him. Do you know what I mean? It's like Pedro Neto, unfortunately, is one of our better wingers. So what do? You drop him? You just don't play him because of that? It's like, no, because we still need to get into the Champions League and we still need to win games. So, does Garnacho now become the de facto left winger for the rest of the season because Pedro Neto can't keep a lid on it? That is the situation that Liam Rosenior is in, and that is why I feel bad. Recently as well, like, it was after Pedro Neto got sent off in the Arsenal game, wasn't it, that Liam Rosenior came out and he was just like, yeah, no, that's it, like, no tolerance now. It's like, I've got no tolerance for this kind of stuff, and it's still happening. It's literally still happening. Help me. Right, so Newcastle at the weekend. Good. Oh, good. And they just got a reasonably good game. They got a draw against Barcelona in the Champions League yesterday, so they're probably going to feel buoyed. And we really, really, really need to win this game. We really, really need to win this game. It's so important that we win as many of our Premier League games as possible. We've got harder games than Newcastle coming up as well, and Newcastle are a tough game, always. Do you know what I mean? I can't remember whether it's at home or away off the top of my head, so let me know in the comments. Get down there, give me some algorithmical goodness. But yeah, so guys, let's talk to me. What do you think? I want to know what you think about this game. I'm normally pretty positive, man. Do you know what I mean? It's like through the wave of negativity that Chelsea have been going through this season, all of the stuff with the owners, the Maresca stuff, the massive patches of bad form, the injuries. I'm always looking for reasons to be positive, but I don't see a light at the end of the tunnel for this one. This, for me, is us out of the Champions League for this season. And like I say, if it was like my decision, which is obviously not, do you play all of your best players at Stamford Bridge against PSG next week? Because to stay in it, the level of performance that we're going to need to see from all of our best players is not something I think we've seen this season. Do you know what I mean? Like, to go in, like, we've seen some crazy stuff before, like the Liverpool-Barcelona comeback. Do you know what I mean? When Liverpool, Divock Origi, came in clutch, and Liverpool go on to win the Champions League that year. There's some crazy. We've seen crazy nights in the Champions League, and that is one of the great things about the Champions League. Anything can happen, right? But to be 3 goals down, to know that to get through in 90 minutes, we need to win 4-0. If we win 3-0, it goes to extra time and penalties. Like, that's wild, man. 3-goal deficit is a lot, is so much. And I just don't feel super, super, super confident that the team have got it in them to go out and do that. Like, we've seen some big results this season. Do you know what I mean? I think Aston Villa was the most goals we've scored against an opposition that we expected to have a tough game against. Yeah, okay, we've had a few games in like the League Cup and the Champions League with Ajax where we put a load of goals past them and stuff, but it's not generally not what we've been doing. Do you know what I mean? West Ham, yeah, okay, we won 3-2 there, but I don't know, man. I just don't see us, even at Stamford Bridge, which, to be fair, our home form has generally been worse than our away form this season as well. That's another thing to think about. Oh, guys, I'm going to wrap it up there. This has been a very, very tough one. It's been really, really difficult, and I need to know what you guys think about it. Like, 100%, I need to know what you guys think about it. Champions League, for me, that's it. Over. I wouldn't stress too hard about putting out a super strong team, because I think now we need to focus on FA Cup and Premier League. I wouldn't rotate the side completely in a disrespectful way. You still want people to get minutes and play against tough opposition for sure, but I wouldn't make any decisions that prioritise the Champions League over the other 2 competitions that we're in, because we could win the FA Cup. I mean, maybe. Who knows? We could win the FA Cup, and maybe we can still get into the Champions League. But the season is tailing off to a bit of a we're not going out with a bang, we're going out with a whimper. We are tailing off into a whimpering end at the moment, aren't we? And Liam Rosinia has really got a massive job on his hands. So, I'm just going to leave it there, guys. I'm going to wrap it up, but thank you very much for sticking around until the end of the video. If you did, like I say, do me a favor. I'm not a YouTuber right now. I'm just a guy sat being miserable because we got absolutely pasted by PSG in this game when we absolutely shouldn't have done. And if you want to make me feel better, then just clicking a few buttons and, roast me in the comments, man. I'll throw that one in there. Is like, mate, if you're a PSG fan, if you're a Chelsea fan who disagrees with any of my views, get in the comments and tell me what you think. Nice one, guys. Thank you very much. I'll catch up with you all very, very soon. Take it easy. Peace.